Let's solve question number 9 from the year May 2023, Physics Unit 1. In the question they have said a ball bearing falls at a terminal velocity. So the terminal velocity means the velocity is constant through a liquid. So there is a liquid. The temperature of the liquid increases. The temperature of the liquid increases. The temperature increases, the ball bearing falls with a greater terminal velocity. So the terminal velocity has increased, but the velocity is still constant. It is terminal velocity. So the velocity is still constant, but it is in a terminal velocity. The terminal velocity has a greater terminal velocity. The terminal velocity has increased, but the velocity is still constant. So they have said which of the table is correct as the temperature of the liquid increases. They has given us viscosity of the liquid and the drag. So we all know when the temperature increases, the viscosity decreases, and as the viscosity decreases, the velocity increases. As the viscosity decreases, there is a less drag forces decreases. As we all know, when it was in this position where it has the temperature, when it was moving through a liquid and at a terminal velocity, we can say it right now as it was in such a position, its drag force was equal to its weight. It was in the terminal velocity at first, and then it reached another terminal velocity. After reaching the another terminal velocity, as its velocity is constant, there is no resultant force and there is no acceleration. There is no acceleration and there is no resultant force. As there is no resultant force, the velocity will also remain constant. So the drag force and the weight is equals to weight. Drag force is equals to our weight. So the drag force here is also equals to weight. So the drag force remains constant as the velocity remains constant, but the viscosity decreases. So this is the current answer, where our viscous drag, the drag force remains constant and the viscosity decreases because of the temperature increasing, because the temperature increased, but the viscosity remained constant because it was in a terminal velocity where the velocity was constant. As the velocity is constant, the drag force and the weight is equal, and the drag force and weight is equal means there is no resultant force and the acceleration is 0 and the velocity is constant, and as the velocity is constant, the viscous drag force is also constant.